there's so much unspoken dialogue. There's so much unspoken tension and feelings, and we get to see them struggle with this and navigate it. And there's so many themes here, right? But I think the finding somebody who you have a connection with, and you're not sure how safe it is to explore that connection. And so we see these little moments, these little comments of, yes, I'm this, but are you? And yes, I feel this, but do you? And what what are we? And what is the expectations of each other? And then of course you have the family element of acceptance or lack thereof. And um, there was just so much here to chew on, and I thought that it was really, really, really well done and well performed. I think the music just perfectly matched the tone and the theme of this.
With very subtle action in the beginning of the relationship. And we see how these boys are young men that come from families with a great deal of traditional Catholic rejection of homosexuality, and just how difficult that is for them to live with. I did like the location of the scenes, the convenience style store, the little bodega, very colorful, a nice contrast to the somber tone of the film. The park and outdoor bits and pieces, and of course the apartment. Very nicely done, and I think this filmmaker knows how to draw out the audience's sympathy and compassion for the characters.
I really thought the music was its own character in this piece, and it served such an important role. The very sort of everyday visuals came to life with the music, which gave it a really romantic feel and really contributed a sense of romantic longing in the piece. And I think it's really cool how it was able to do that with a limited cast of characters, limited settings, and more or less very day-to-day kind of lighting.
Tells the story of two young men whose paths cross and find themselves unable to fully commit due to, as so often seen, these external obstacles, their families, their cultures, their general surroundings. And we're reminded here how, even though we've made so many strides towards acceptance and tolerance and openness, it is still can be so incredibly difficult for queer love to flourish in the way that it deserves.
Many relationships between parent and child, especially for those in the LGBT community, end up like this, where the um, the parent is not accepting nor understanding of who their child is. Uh, and you can really feel that in this one, in just their interactions and their dialogue. You can feel that pain of essentially that neglect, that abandonment, that rejection. Um, and you can feel that both of these characters are looking towards each other to try to gain some sense of acceptance, some sense of love, some sense of family. And I think that's the most hard hitting part, is that these two people, they're looking for a family because they were denied that because of who they were. Um, and it's a very harrowing feeling. While they're not visibly showing that distraught, you can feel it. You can feel it underneath. You can feel them holding that back, which I think is a very real feeling. Most of us don't really wear our emotions on our sleeves, but as much as we try to repress what we're truly feeling, it's going to leak out, and you can sense when someone's going through something. You can sense kind of the undertones of that hurt.
Romance, coming of age. Yeah, it's really good in that we see kind of this first love, first time contact being made, and you can see that there's an imprint of a memory being made with the dancing in the room, and at the very end when they're holding hands, you can see that this is going to be a youthful memory that they're going to remember the rest of their lives. They might not see each other again. The one guy's going away, so it's sad, but it does definitely kind of tick the coming of age boxes in that way, and that we see memories being made, and we can relate to memories ourselves that we have by seeing these memories being made. So it's really nice. The actors did a great job. The two guys, and then the mom too, and we could see the history of what everybody was going through, who everybody was, just in the performances. Nicely written. The dialogue was very spare. The kids talk like kids. That was really good. And great use of music and score in this too, and definitely the music set a mood. And not a lot of nice touches, like the close up on the record player at the beginning and then recurring throughout.
That storefront, oh my gosh, the artwork on the outside of that was just absolutely brilliant. I think the filmmakers chose some great music. The way that this started with the music that they were dancing to, and then it was a little confusing when they pulled us back to the beginning, and it took me a second to kind of catch up, but I was right there. I liked the story that they were telling. They told a comprehensive story. I thought that they did a really good job with it.